Hey guys, it's Carly, and today I'm going to be sharing some of my top 10 tips about college that I wish I could go back and tell my freshman year self. I hopped on Skype with Katherine and Dani, who are both Skype RAs, and I just wanted to ask them what are some of the things that they wish they had known before I started making my own list. So check it out.
Everyone kind of told you to go to office hours, and you're like, yeah, I'll go. And then that time rolls around, it's like an hour, and you're like, I don't really need to go. I understand all the concepts and everything we learned in class.
Yeah, I think like a lot of my office hours conflict with my classes, which is awful because I can't go in and speak to the professor. But even if I arrange to go over like a project I didn't understand the grading on or go over one question on the review guide, that's always really, really helpful.
Yeah, don't you think it's nice too to be able to have time with professors sort of one-on-one? Were there any other like kinds of resources that you didn't know about your freshman year that you learned about but that you wish you could like go back and tell your freshman self?
So I joined a sorority my freshman year, and we had these study hours where we had to like go to the house and have 2 to 4 study hours each week. Having that designated time rather, after class at 12, whenever I was done, I was like, yes, like free time. And I would just go do like fun stuff during the day.
I decided this semester to bump all of my classes up in the day, so I actually have class at 8 a.m. almost every single day, which most people would cry at. And like that for me allows me to have kind of like a more 9-to-5 schedule, and then I have the nights open to go to extra events or meet with my mentor.
Did you guys have internships?
I had a summer internship. I'm just in my sophomore year, so haven't had a ton of time.
I interned at a magazine in Austin, like a local magazine, which I did that my junior year, and it's a lot of fun.
And this is how most of my friends got jobs, was from knowing someone. And it could be like a really strange connection. Like it could be your dad's fraternity brother's nephew.
Did y'all ever go to any career fairs that your school hosted or like around in town?
USC has a career fair every single spring and fall, like a couple weeks after school starts, and they have like a general career, and then they have an internship one, and then my own business school has its own career fair, so there are plenty of places to line up with your suit on and have your resume out and have your business cards ready. So there's like a lot of resources available from the Career Center, and they always have recruiters coming on campus you can interview with.
I wish I could go back and just tell myself, like, go in. Even if you stumble in like a couple of conversations or get really awkward, like just push through and get that experience under your belt, and just remember that they're just like you. I didn't know anyone. Well, I knew one person. Our valedictorian went to the same school, but we never saw each other, and I was so afraid.
I joined a lot of things just right off the bat, I think. And then I joined like a professional club, which is really good because you have older people in your major that can give you advice.
It's crazy because like the 4 girls I became like best friends with the first week of class are still like my 4 best friends. So I joined the Texas Running Club, which was cool. It was like people of all ages and boys and girls, and they had a bunch of events.
It never dawned on me that that was something I could start or lead. And there's so many things like now I'm like, oh, I wish I could just go back. And I've seen like students start them since like an entrepreneurship club. That had never even occurred to me that I could be the one to start it. Guys, thanks so much for joining the chat today. I learned a ton from you and definitely learned a lot and brought up some great points that I'm going to include in my top 10 tips for college.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I'm going to go work on my LinkedIn after this.
I'm so motivated after this chat. I'm just feeling so productive.
Yay!
Cool. All right, talk to you later.
Bye!
Bye.
Okay, so I feel like I made so many mistakes my freshman year, or at the very least could have done a lot of things differently and maybe had a better year. So I'm going to share the top 10 things that I wish I had known. At number 10, I would definitely tell myself to go to office hours more. At number 9, I really suggest taking advantage of all the academic resources that your college has. And at number 8, I recommend not only joining clubs, but considering creating one that fits with what I was interested in doing. For number 7, I would tell myself to really try to get into a good workout routine. For number 6, this is something I talked about with Dani and Katherine. It's so important to treat college like a 9-to-5 job. For number 5, I would try to connect with an older student on campus who can help you answer those questions that are a little bit difficult. Okay, number 4, back up your computer. Number 3 is a little bit of fun. Come up with a freshman year bucket list. Number 2 is a little bit more on the boring side, but also super important. just take note and take a little bit of time to journal about your experiences. And the last tip, so number 1, I would highly recommend getting and staying organized from the very beginning. I want to say a huge thank you to Dani and Katherine for hopping on Skype with me and helping me remember some of the things about my freshman year so I can make this list. You can find out their social channels in the bio below. And it's really exciting because Skype is going to be giving away 5 Microsoft Surfaces to people who are asking questions in the group chat, and you can find the link for that in the bio below.